I stand before you, an honest man, a judged man. Lots of people judged me today, and I wanted to crawl into my shell and quiver there. Prostate, I was walking along the street and lots of people were bumping into me with little bumps of disapproval, little bumps of judgment, little bumps of holier than thou. I mean, people were just, and I was just like, and when I finally made it home, just wanted to collapse into my bed and cry, roll over, and die. See, I don't have any energetic armament here. What you see is what you get, and I'm completely open and available. So when your judgments hit me, I have no defense. I'm just a protoplasm of affection. I'm trying to suit up, trying to be invulnerable, but I don't know if it will ever happen. See, as a man, I was told a long time ago that I needed to be sensitive, that the best men are sensitive. So that was my mountain to climb. That was my Everest, to be as sensitive as possible. And I took all the power inside me and moved it in the direction of sensitivity. So now I'm more sensitive than everybody I meet. I'm much more sensitive than women, for example. And I blew guys away years ago. And what's happened is that I'm now so sensitive, I'm pretty much good for nothing. I'm worthless. I know what you're going to say. That I'm not worthless, that I'm good for something, that I just need to find out what I'm good at and pursue that and make my mark in the world and prove my value as a human being. But I can tell you that I'm too sensitive to do that now. I'm too sensitive to do anything. Because the minute, or the second, and the moment I try to do anything, I just feel the blowback of resistance, and I'm too sensitive to do anything. So I recoil, and I shrink into myself. So you can imagine, like, what it's like to live in a city and walk down the sidewalk with all these people around me, judging me. Now, you may think that they're not judging me, but I know that they are judging me because I'm sensitive, I can tell. When you become sensitive enough, you know when people are just judging you. And really, it just pierces. And I don't want to even go grocery shopping. I just do, like, Instacart or something where they just deliver things to me. But I don't want to open the door. Because that delivery man is going to look at me and say, why aren't you strong enough to go and get your own groceries? And it's hard to even take the cash out of the wallet. I want to pay with a credit card. I don't want to interact with anybody. I want to have someone else go out and do everything in my life. I'm just so sensitive, but I was told early in my life that being sensitive was right. That a man needs to be sensitive because men who are not sensitive are assholes. So, being a man at that time, I said to myself, I'm just going to be the best at being sensitive. And that was years ago. And now I'm so sensitive. I just want to cry. I feel everything. And I don't believe anymore that I'm this exemplary man. Because I'm so sensitive, because I've just become so sensitive that I don't do anything anymore. I can't read. Because when I look at the black letters on the page, it hurts my eyes because my eyes are so sensitive to the contrast between the white page and the black letters. And then if I hold the book in my hands, I'm so sensitive that it's like cuts and abrasions if it's like a hardback. And forget turning the pages with the paper cuts. I'm the sensitive man, but now I feel like nobody wants me. No woman would touch me, because I might cry or whimper just from being touched. But I thought that's what women wanted, right? But they never told me I had to stop. No one ever said anything like that. There were no instruction manuals as to how sensitive you could be and when to cut it off. Now I can't cut it off. Now it's just taken on a life of its own. I'm Mr. Sensitive. So every once in a while, I get the courage to go out and meet some woman at a restaurant, and my hands are trembling. I'm just trembling the whole time. And all I can manage to say to her as I look away and just kind of demurringly make eye contact every once in a while, but really I'm just like not able to. I'm like, hi. Do you like how sensitive I am? I became sensitive for you, and I'm wondering if you're okay with a sensitive man, because we have a lot to offer. We're so sensitive. We'll take care of you. We'll be sensitive. We'll be sensitive and sensitive to all of your needs. And if you just accept me for being so sensitive, I can take care of you. And these dates happen like once a year because I'm mortified by the end of them, because the woman is just looking at me like I'm a ghost. She's just looking through me because there's nothing to me. I'm just sensitive. There's nothing there. When you're so sensitive, you're invisible because there's just nothing solid about you. I don't know how to be solid. I'm ephemeral. I mean, I could just get up from the chair in the restaurant and float out the front door. So yeah, that's my dating life, Mr. Sensitive. It's the dating life of Mr. Sensitive. I feel like women have reneged on their promise. They said that I should be sensitive, but now they're not even attracted to me at all. I'm repugnant to them. They all say pretty much the same thing to me. It's like this mantra now that I can hear in my ears when I'm falling to sleep at night and when I wake up in the morning. And then when I go throughout my day, it haunts me. How can you take care of me? You can't take care of yourself. Look at you. You're like a walking paper mache. You make me cringe. Now, this is not what they're saying. This is what they're thinking. I'm so sensitive that I'm telepathic and I can tell what these women are thinking. And I'm finally getting the download that maybe my experiment of being Mr. Sensitive, now the most sensitive man on the planet, was probably not a good idea. So now I gotta figure out how to get out of this situation. How, if I'm so sensitive, maybe I can sense how to be less sensitive. Maybe it's not a foregone conclusion that I'll live my life in the abyss of sensitivity. Because it is true, like I am tapped in to the Akashic records. I get all my information all the time, downloaded into me every day, all day, and I'm overwhelmed by the cosmic influx of information that I can't do anything with. I'm like this walking antenna, just picking up everything. Like, this is the wisdom of the feminine, but it's me. And I'm a wreck because this is not how I'm supposed to be. Maybe someone else is supposed to be this way, but I created myself this way. Walking receiver, a cell tower for every message in the universe. No filter. I pick up everything. I can't go on dates with women because they judge me. I can't walk down the street because people are judging me. I can't even think because one thought is judging another thought. And you wanted me to be this way. You told me that I needed to be sensitive. I was not good. And this is how I would become good. I was bad as a man, and I was supposed to be sensitive so I could be good as a man, but the problem is I'm not a man anymore. I'm a fucking antenna. It's your fault. All of you women who said you wanted a sensitive man, well, here I am. Look at me. Huh. I even have long hair to prove it. It's just that I don't have a cock anymore. Cocks are bad. Cocks are not sensitive. I thought about submitting myself for exam. Going to like the military industrial complex and saying, hey, you know, I know what's in your database. I can tell what's on your servers. I know all of this stuff and you might want to do something about that. But I can't even walk into the building because I'm a wreck. And I can tell all these people with their razor-sharp judgments are cutting into me, into my epidermis, my energetic epidermis. And you know I can't talk to some lieutenant general or colonel or anything like that, admiral, whoever they are, Donald Rumsfeld or any of those people. Just one look at me and I will fall apart. Fall apart because people who are evil, they wreck me. They destroy me. I can't be in the same room with people who are evil. People who are evil just mess me up because I'm getting the whole download of the whole Luciferian energy that's coming off of them, and it just, it's like butterflies, but they're evil butterflies, and they keep on going all over me, and I can't do anything. And I got all that from TV, because you know I got nowhere near that military industrial complex building downtown. You know, the one that says it's one thing but it's actually another. And all the CIA and the FBI and the NSA and all those alphabet organizations are in there. And they're having coffee and donuts. I don't have to go there. I can see it. I can see it right now in my mind's eye. So I'm wondering if there's someone else out there in the universe like me. Preferably a woman. You know, maybe this woman took the opposite challenge and became so masculine that she was just Amazonian, almost robotic with her purpose and her drive and her agency and all of that stuff that makes her very masculine. And maybe we could have a date. We could go out and I could stay at the table and I could just fall apart and she could, you know, console me. And she would be so masculine that she wouldn't even need to judge me. She could just sit there and look at me. And then after a while of being so sensitive, maybe I would stop being sensitive. Because I think the secret to this whole problem is like pushing it to the end. Warp speed sensitivity. Just losing it in front of a masculine woman who will just take care of me by not even judging me. Now, I know that's a ridiculous idea. I don't know what to do. I think that I have been misled, but I think that maybe something good will come of it if I can figure it out. That's like in the Minority Report. Remember those 3 precogs that are floating in the tank? And they are used to stop crime before it happens, and the crime rate in D.C. in the United States goes down to 0? Well, maybe something like that. Maybe my capacity to feel all the butterflies of judgment and reality and experience and feelings and thoughts and visions, data, information could be good. Maybe I don't have to be a wreck and confused all the time by this Akashic overload that is flooding through my neocortex and my whole body mind all the time. So if you have any suggestions for me, please leave a comment here for me about what I can do with my sensitivity. Maybe you have also dealt with a lot of sensitivity. Maybe you are someone who was promised a reward for becoming sensitive. You think I'm a neurotic, and maybe you think I'm outrageous, but I could be you. You could be me. Maybe one day something will happen to you and it will unhinge you. But I will tell you something. You'll do it because you think you're getting something good out of it. And you won't even know how to apply the brakes later on down the road because snowball. Things just get out of control. It's like a drug addiction. You're hooked on meth and you can't get off. Or you're hooked on cigarettes, or you're hooked on alcohol, or you're hooked on porn. And initially you started these things thinking it was good. But then you got on the roller coaster and you didn't know how to get off. And the roller coaster just becomes its own reward, even though it's taking you down into the valley of death. I will tell you that I am a walking miracle because I am the most sensitive person on the planet. I understand things that you will never understand. And the greatest challenge I have is, how can I be so sensitive that I can figure out how to manage my sensitivity? Or should I just live this life this way? Do you know what it's like to be sensitive? To possess a fraction of the sensitivity that I possess? You think you're an empath, huh? You ain't got nothing. But one thing that you can always be sure of is that someone who is so sensitive, so heart-centric, that even though they're worthless for anything other than just downloading the universe, of course they're never gonna hurt you. They're always gonna be here for you if you need anything.